Welcome back to SnowRunner, guys, and we are finally able to make this video a reality. So, for the longest time, it's been something that I've always wanted to do, to have a first gen, second gen, and third gen dodge all in SnowRunner at the same time, and I am super excited to say that we were finally able to pull that off. Now, from left to right, we obviously have Red's first gen, we have the R&R second gen, and then we have Frog's third gen. Now, with that being said, these trucks have all been set up fairly similarly. Now, they're all running similar width tires to each, well, I should say similar height tires to each other. This one is on a 43. This one is on a 40, and this one is on a 41. I tried to get them as close as I possibly could. The tire size below this for this truck was, I believe, a 38, and it looked a little small for the lift size. And the biggest size for this truck is a 40, and the size that came close enough to the other two for this truck was a 41. So with that being said, I am super excited to run these three trucks down the truck night map and see what they can all do and which one sort of comes out on top. Now, before the video gets started, I would love to hear from you guys in the comments section down below on which one you would drive home. Post that in the comments, let me know. And I kind of tried to sort of replicate my old third gen with this particular build, and it's pretty close, although this one is a long bed and my old third gen was obviously a short bed. But, you know, minor details. I was able to actually get pretty close to my old third gen, like I said, minus the bumper. I didn't have a bumper like that, but either way, it would have been really cool on that build. Now, one other thing is I have been seeing some people in the comments saying that this is not a third gen, and what this is a facelifted third gen. So in about 06, they had a facelift model of the third gen before they went over to the fourth gen, and that's what this truck actually falls into. Now, without any further ado, let's go ahead and jump right into it, and we're going to be starting with the first gen. We're going to be going in sort of chronological order here. So, let's go ahead and jump out of free camera and fire this thing up. Roars to life, and 3, 2, 1, let's go. Now, they all have their specific off-road gearbox because I wanted to sort of keep the speeds somewhat similar. And, whoop, all right, into the mud. Little bit of damage, but it's moving out. High range for this thing with the off-road gearbox is actually really good in the mud. No issues with sinking at all. Like, seriously, no issues with sinking whatsoever. And you can modulate the throttle a lot, and it doesn't try to stall out on you. I love these beadlock wheels, too, and this blue just really lends itself well, I think, to a good first gen. All right, up and over, let's go. Easy. No damage coming down the back side of the hills. That's actually really good. Really, really good. And now let's see if we can go ahead and snatch one of these while we're driving. Yep. There we go. Come on. I thought about putting in an auto for this, but I figured it would probably switch back down to first, and I'm glad I decided to go that route because, yeah, this section, when you get into the rocks, the automatic gearbox, in really every truck, not just this truck, just every truck will just automatically go back to first gear. All right, pulled that guy through the mud, now into the pond. Not much of a jump, but that could actually kind of help us in terms of grip. Let's ease it on through. Not too bad. Once again, very, very consistent, reliable, easy to drive. That's one of the biggest things I'm getting from this truck is that it's very easy to drive and there's very little to worry about. You literally like point it where you want it to go and you give it the beans and it goes. And it really, like I said before, it doesn't really give you much drama at all about what it's doing. It just does it. And it gives you great feedback too. Up the rocks, let's go. Not bad. Oop, oop, little bit of a hang up on the bumper there. Which really is to be expected. Now, we could have gone with a larger tire size, but like I said before, I wanted to keep it fairly in line with the other truck's tire size and fairly similar to the other truck's tire size. So, let's see. We're going to go for the far right bridge this time. Let's see if we can come into it at such an angle and not fall off. Oh, not bad. All right. Fairly well done. Fairly well balanced. Go. Easy. Trying to see. There we go. All right, that's fourth gear over the logs. Oh, no. Okay, it caught the bumper, but it didn't stall us out. That's awesome. All right, let's see how it does over the whoops. I mean, hey, it's no desert truck, but it gets the job done. Actually does a really good job of getting the job done with this suspension setup. The amount of down travel is actually really impressive. And that is going to be a run for the first gen. Not bad. I really think it actually did a very, very, very good job. I mean, consistent, reliable, maybe not necessarily the fastest run ever, but I mean, if you're talking about a reliable truck that can always get the job done, this one's going to do it for you. Now, on to the second gen. Now, the second gen, obviously a favorite of a lot of people. A lot of people absolutely adore this generation of truck, and we're going to go ahead and fire it up, see how it does. And this one has a wider set of tires on it. These are 40-inch, 40-inch Trepadors, I believe. And they're really good in the rocks. Not the best in the mud, but they're really good in the rocks. So let's see how the first mud section runs. Not bad. Definitely a little faster into the mud than the first gen was, but wow, all right, it's ripping though. Oop, starting to stall out. That's okay though. I kind of expected that, especially with these tires. Considering the fact that, as we know, the physics system in this game really does favor, in the mud anyway, it really does favor narrower tires than it does wider tires. The wider tires can struggle in the mud from time to time, but we're really able to take advantage of that extra power as we go up and over the top of the hill. Now, the off-road gearbox in this truck definitely has more gear ranges than the one in the first gen, and it's definitely giving it a little bit of a speed advantage, but at the same time, that speed advantage makes it a little bit more susceptible to damage, but as we can see, it actually hasn't really picked up all that much damage yet. That winch is, whoa, it's freaking out. Oh my god. Something is not happy with that winch. Something is very unhappy about it. Easy. Oh, it's actually on one of the hooks on the back of the bumper, and it does not like what we're doing right now. Okay, now it likes it, but it very, very, very quickly becomes buggy, and I'm not sure why. All right, into the pond. A little bit bigger of a jump, but not bad. Uh-oh. Oh, there we go. Come on. Ease it on through. It's doing pretty well. It's doing pretty well, I've got to say. Now, at the end of the day, though, this thing is going to be a little bit more of a, it's going to be a little bit more of a rough and all over the place, like, experience when you're going down a, like, you know, an uneven obstacle course like this. But you know what? If you're looking to get the job done a little quicker than the first gen, this might be the way to go. You see, there we go. Now these wider tires will give us a big advantage going up this rock. Now see, that's where the first gen got stuck. And then once again here, we've got that bumper clearance, whereas the first gen didn't necessarily have that bumper clearance. Wow, this thing's ripping, dude. That's legit. All right, left side this time. Oh, God, nope. There we go. All right, ease it on through. All right, just lay the power to it. Lay the power to it. Oh, no. Okay, the suspension is a little bit softer than this obstacle would like, and therefore it actually ended up compressing too much. Scraped up my bumper a lot, too, and ended up with a little bit of engine damage. But through the whoops, I mean, look at the way that suspension absorbs the whoops. Definitely does a great job of that. All right, so that is a full run for the second gen. Again, really good run, really good performance, just different advantages and disadvantages than the first gen. Now it's time for the third gen. And really, this setup, I have not driven it here at all yet. The other two, I have driven those setups before. This one, I have not driven it in this particular customization configuration here before, so this will be a completely new experience for me. So let's go ahead and fire it up. And let's go. Quick off the line, for sure. Feels pretty on par. Oh, wow, okay, so it actually shifted up into sixth a lot quicker than the second gen was willing to. Wow, that rips through the mud. That was definitely the fastest one through the mud that we've done so far. Oh, God, it bounced really bad off of the concrete, though. A little bit in between there. Whoop. Oh, my God. Dude, this thing is making short work of these obstacles. That's for sure. Just go ahead and catch that one and run it through. Run through this section in high. Don't really want to mess with automatic mode, like I said before. Oh, there's a Chevy there. Yep, we'll go ahead and just leave that thing right there, jumping into the pond. plunges in a bit hard, a little bit more so than I would like. Oh, God, don't really want to get water down the stack. That's really not what we want. Really not what we want. Now, I'm going to go ahead and point it to the left side here. Ease it on up and out. Although I would like to point out that it went all the way through that in high and actually did a really good job of it. And despite the really long wheelbase, it's not too bad through the rock obstacle. It's really not. And I know this thing does have an active suspension option, but since I'm trying to keep it fair in terms of, like, roughly similar suspension height, I'm not necessarily going to activate the active suspension and lift it even more. Just know you can. I'm not going to do it in this particular test, but you can if you would like. All right, now, this one is going through the sketchy bridge. Let's see if we can make this without completely losing the truck. Whoop. Come on. You have to... Oh, no! You have to drive it to the side. We were so close. You have to literally drive it to the edge. Otherwise, it will literally just fall in. And I think at that point, it's just a weird issue with the physics system and not liking really narrow... narrow supports like that. The tire grip is just not there for it. But unfortunately, like, if we had gone on any of the other bridges, it would have done just fine. But due to the fact that I chose that bridge, we ended up having a little bit of an issue. But that's not on the truck. That's on my choice of bridge. Oh, no! Plunged the bumper right into the log. Easy. Wow, the whole drive line just froze up on that one. A little bit of damage coming over the log, and... Wow, you can definitely tell this suspension's a bit stiffer. But again, it's not in its lift mode, so that's to be expected. And across the line, and yeet. Oh my God, what? I successfully parked on top of both of the other trucks. That's what I call a successful ending to a test. Now, if you guys enjoyed this video, remember to let me know your favorite truck in the comments down below. And also, if you would like to see more videos like this one, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn those notifications on. And I will see you guys next time. Talk to y'all later.